Dvitiyodhyayah. The second chapter, Sadhana Padaha, the section on the practice of yoga. Tapasvadhyayeshvara pranidhanani Kriya yogaha. Tapaha or penance, Svadhyaya or study of the self, Ishvara pranidhana, abiding in the divine, constitute the process of Kriya yoga or the yoga of internal action. Samadhi bhavanarthaha kleshatanu karanarthascha. These processes result in the attainment of samadhi or equanimity of mind and the erosion of klesha or obstacles. Avidya smita raga dveshabhiniveshaha kleshaha. Avidya or ignorance, asmita, wrong identification of the self, raga, affection, dvesha, aversion, and abhinivesha, clinging, are kleshas or obstacles. Avidya kshetramuttaresham prasupta tanuvicchinno dharanam. Avidya or ignorance is the source of all the others which are of the levels of prasupta, dormant, tanu, feeble, vicchinna, intermittent, and udara, profuse. Anitya shuchi dukkhanatmasu nitya shuchi sukhatmakhyatira vidya. Avidya or ignorance is thinking anitya or impermanent to be nitya or permanent, ashuchi or impure to be shuchi or pure, dukkha or unpleasantness to be sukha or pleasantness, and anatma, not the self, to be atma or the self. Drigdarshana shaktyorekatmateva smita. Asmita or wrong identification of the self is the apparent unity between drik, the seer, and darshana shakti or the power of sight. Sukhanushayi ragaha. Raga or affection is an outcome of sukha or pleasantness. Dukkhanushayi dveshaha. Dvesha or aversion is an outcome of dukkha or unpleasantness. Svarasavahi vidushopi tatharudhobhiniveshaha. Abhinivesha or clinging flows out of svarasa, the interest in one's own self, and is established even among vidushas or the knowledgeable ones. Te pratiprasavaheyaha sukshmaha. These above-mentioned kleshas are sukshma or subtle and need to be reduced by attending to the roots of their origin. Dhyana tadvrittayaha. Their manifestations can be reduced through dhyana or meditation. Kleshamulaha karmashayo drishta drishta janma vedaniyaha. The root of these kleshas is the heap of karmas or actions which causes suffering in the current birth and in others. Sati mule tadvipako jatyayurbhogaha. As long as this root exists, it results in the fruits of jati, birth, ayuhu, lifespan, and bhogaha, or experiences. Te hlada paritapa phalaha punya punya hetutvat. They in turn result in the fruits of ahlada, delight, and paritapa, dejection, due to the causes of punya, virtue, and apunya, vice, respectively. Parinama tapa sanskara dukkhair gunavritti virodhacha dukkhameva sarvam vivekinaha. Those who are driven by the intellect perceive everything as unpleasant, since everything has an intrinsic nature of change, which leads to afflictions and misery, and due to the conflicting nature of the actions born out of the three gunas. Heyam dukkhamanagatam. Unpleasantness which has not yet come about needs to be avoided. Drashtra drishyayoho Sanyogo heya hetuhu. Uniting the drashta, the one who sees, and the drishyam, that which is seen, is the cause which helps one avoid it. Prakasha kriya sthitishilam bhutendriyatmakam bhogapavargartham drishyam. Drishyam, that which is seen, has the tendencies of prakasha, manifestation, kriya, action, and sthiti, continuation, is of the nature of bhuta, elements, and indriya, senses, and serves the purpose of bhoga, experience, and apavarga, release. Vishesha vishesha linga matra lingani guna parvani. Gunas or qualities of the drishyam can take up all possible states of being vishesha, specific, or avishesha, generic, and lingamatra, defined, or alinga, undefined. Drashta drishimatraha shuddhopi pratyayanupashyaha. Drashta, the one who sees, is nothing but the power of sight, who even being pure, sees only through the perspective of pratyaya, the state of being. Tadartha eva drishyasya. It is for this purpose that drishyam, that which is seen, exists. Kritartham prati nashtamapyanashtam tadanya sadharanatvat. Even when its purpose is served, once the drashta, the seer, becomes one with drishyam, that which is seen, it doesn't cease to exist due to its general relevance to all other beings. Svaswami shaktyoho swarupopalabdhi hetuhu sanyogaha. The cause for realizing the true self and the potential of both the creation and its creator is this apparent unity between the body, mind, and self. Tasya hetura vidya. And the cause for this apparent unity is avidya, or ignorance. Tadabhavat sanyoga bhavohanam tadrishe kaivalyam. In the absence of this ignorance, apparent unity is also gone, and one attains to the state of kaivalyam. Viveka khyatira viplava hanupayaha. The method to destroy ignorance is through aviplava, uninterrupted knowledge of viveka khyati, or the distinction between what is self and what is not. Tasya saptadha pranta bhumif prajna. The 7-step process in which this viveka khyati comes about is called as prajna, or true knowledge. Yoganganushthanadashuddhikshaye jnanadiptira viveka khyate. Through the practice of the components of yoga, the impurities are destroyed, resulting in the dawning of the light of true knowledge. Yama and Niyama, Asana and Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhayoštavangani. The 8 components of yoga are Yama, self-discipline; Niyama, strict regimen; Asana, posture; Pranayama, breath control; Pratyahara, sensory withdrawal; Dharana, concentration; Dhyana, meditation; and Samadhi, equanimity. Ahimsa satya steya brahmacharya parigraha yamaha. Ahimsa, non-violence; Satya, truthfulness; Asteya, non-stealing; Brahmacharya, being in the path of the divine; Aparigraha, non-covetousness, are the practices of Yama, or self-discipline. Jati desha kala samayana vachinnaha sarvabhauma mahavratam. These great practices hold true everywhere and are not disturbed by jati, one's birth; desha, one's place; kala, the times one lives in; and samaya, one's circumstances. Shaucha santosha tapasvadhyayeshvara pranidhanani niyamaha. Shaucha or cleanliness, Santosha, contentment, Tapaha, penance, Swadhyaya, study of the self, and Ishvara Pranidhana, abiding in the divine, are the practices of Niyama or strict regimen. Vitarka badhane pratipaksha bhavanam. If one is troubled by vitarka, illogical thoughts of straying from Yama and Niyama, one should remind oneself of the outcome of the alternative choice. Vitarka hinsadayah kritakaritanumudita lobha krodha moha purvaka mrudu madhyadhimatra dukkha jnanananta phala iti pratipaksha bhavanam. These illogical thoughts and practices such as violence, either directly performed, made to be performed, or encouraged due to the feelings of lobha, greed, and moha, delusion, performed either mildly, moderately, or intensely, result in unbounded dukkha or unpleasantness and ajnana, ignorance. Thus, one should remind oneself of the outcome of the alternative choices. Ahimsa pratisthayam tatsannidhau vairatyagaha. By being established in ahimsa, non-violence, enmity is given up in such a person's presence. Satya pratisthayam kriya phalashrayatvam. By being established in satya or truthfulness, one attains to the power of ever fruitful action. Asteya pratisthayam sarvaratnopasthanam. By being established in asteya, non-stealing, one attains to all the wealth of precious jewels. Brahmacharya pratisthayam virya labhaha. By being established in brahmacharya, being in the path of the divine, one begets virya or vigor. Aparigrahasthairye janma kathanta sambodhaha. By being established in aparigraha, non-covetousness, one understands how one's process of birth and death has been and will be. Shauchat swangajugupsa parairasansargaha. By being established in shaucha or cleanliness, one rises beyond the attachment for one's own body parts and over the sexual desire for the others. Sattva shuddhi saumanasyaikagryendriya jayatma darshana yogyatvani cha. One also attains to sattva, vitality, shuddhi, purity, saumanasya, pleasantness of the mind, aikagriya, intent focus, indriya jaya, victory over the senses, and yogyatva, eligibility, for atma darshana or perception of the true self. Santoshadanuttama sukhalabhaha. By being established in santosha or contentment, one gains unparalleled bliss. Kayendriya siddhira shuddhikshayat tapasaha. By being established in tapaha or penance, one's impurities are washed away and one gains attainments corresponding to the physical body and the senses. Swadhyayad ishtadevata samprayogaha. By being established in swadhyaya or study of the self, one attains the practical utility of one's deity of worship. Samadhi siddhirishvara pranidhanat. By being established in Ishvara pranidhana or abiding in the divine, one attains to samadhi or equanimity. Sthira sukham asanam. Asanam or posture is that which is thiram, firm, and sukham, pleasant. Prayatna shaithilyananta samapattibhyam. It is attained once the struggle in practice reduces and one reaches the experience of the boundless. Tato dvandvanabhighataha. And then one's dualities are destroyed. Tasmin sati shvasa prashvasayor gati vichchedah pranayamaha. In that state, separation of the flow of inhalations and exhalations is called as pranayama. बाह्याभ्यन्तरस्तम्भवृत्तिः देशकालसंख्याभिः paridrushto दीर्घसूक्ष्मः. It becomes long and subtle with the practice of holding the breath inside and outside, being conscious of the three factors of desha, place of holding, kala, time of holding, and sankhya, number of repetitions. Bhahyabhyantara vishayakshepi chaturthaha. The fourth factor of pranayama is beyond the purview of inside or outside. Tatah kshiyate prakashavaranam. It is there that the veil that covers the light of consciousness starts thinning. Dharana sucha yogyata manasaha. And the mind becomes eligible to hold dharana or concentration. Svavishaya samprayoge chittaswarupanukara ivendriyanam pratyahara. When the mind is withdrawn from the objects of the senses, the sense organs also follow suit and withdraw into themselves. This is known as pratyahara. Tatah paramavashyatendriyanam. And then the senses are pervaded by the supreme nature of the beyond. Iti Patanjali virachite yoga sutre dvitiyaha Sadhana Padaha. Thus is the second chapter called Sadhana Pada in the Yoga Sutras composed by sage Patanjali.